Hi, everybody. Radical Gardener. Well, every day for the last 4 days, I've wanted to do a YouTube video, but I was so tired I couldn't do it. We've been cleaning, the kind of cleaning you have to do when a real estate agent is going to come by and look at your house. Unbelievable how much I was cleaning. Didn't I clean a lot, honey? I mean, big time. So, mirrors and, window panes and the basement and, scoured around the kitty litter. And, I clean every day, but I don't clean like that. Yeah, and it reminds me of my mother did deep cleaning once a week. And I think a lot of us that are around my age, we can remember that. That was just something our mothers seemed to do. And we lived, in like a tiny flat, but it was just spotless. It was always just spotless. So, anyway, I want to talk about a couple of things today. Well, first of all, I made my first tincture, and I made it from the dandelions that I grew. Remember, I was growing dandelions and purslane in the same pot, which I highly recommend. It's beautiful to look at. Wasn't that a beautiful plant? Yeah. It was just gorgeous. So the purslane was, kind of hanging over the sides of the pot, and the dandelions, when you have them in a pot like that and just let them go, you just got huge. It was really beautiful. So anyways, you take the leaves, not the flower. I always thought it was the flower, but you take the leaves and the roots, and of course you wash them off and you chop them up into little bits, and you make 4 piles, about a cup each. And then you bring water, 2 cups of water, 2 cups, only 2 cups. You bring it to an almost boil. And then you put the first pile of your dandelions all chopped up in that water, and with the lid on it, and you just kind of let that stew and steam for 20 minutes. And then when that's done, you pull that out, leaving that water there, and put your second pile in, and you let it, steam again for another 20 minutes, and you pull that out and you put your third pile and your fourth pile. So by the time you have steamed or stewed that those 4 piles of dandelion roots and leaves, you get this real kind of a dark brown liquid. And then you pour it into a jar and just put it in the fridge, and it's really good for the bladder. So I'm sure it's good for other things, but we made it up for Joe for his bladder, and it's another step in that elimination process of when you're taking C60, things tend to get stuck or what have you, and everybody's different. In their process of eliminating the free radicals, or people just get bladder infections. So you just take a teaspoon a day. It's not very much. It's very potent. So now I know how to make tinctures. I'm really excited about it. I have a lot of other herbs in my garden. I have valerian. I have all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, and that's going to be my thing. I want to make tinctures. It is a bit time consuming, but I don't know. There's something about it that feels very old world and really appeals to me. I'm sure, in many prior lives, I was in some little cabin in the woods making up all my little potions. So yeah, it was really great. And also I got a pretty good idea. I'll show you the front. We cut the Teresa came over and helped really kind of pull the front together, because after this whole summer, so many flowers, so many grasses, they really spread. It just became a little bit wild. It got a little away from me, so she helped me pull it back together. But anyway, so we cut a lot of the lavender, and so it's already dry, and we're going to be putting it in. I have these little cloth pouches, so we're going to be putting it in these pouches, and just have them in the bedroom. You can have them under the pillows or what have you. And what do you think, little bee? Would you like one for yourself? He says yes, he would. You know what? There's a tomato in here. That is so crazy. and it's still good. That's so weird. Okay, so there's that. Um, let's see what else. Yesterday I facilitated uh, a therapeutic sound workshop, and I haven't done that in a while. Before the C60 and really in the beginning when I was taking it, I wasn't feeling that great. I didn't feel like I should be facilitating anything that had to do with any kind of healing modality. I just felt like I really needed to feel great and really feel present and really in my own body before I could go back to that. And so it was terrific. I felt great through it. I didn't feel like it taxed my energy at all. And it was really successful. I really, really enjoyed it. So that was cool. So, of course, that takes me a day away from the garden, but it was cool. It was really cool. Let's see, anything else? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to show you the front, and then I'm going to show you those crazy beans that those Asian beans I got from Baker Creek that are long, thin, and red. They're kind of weird tasting. I think you have to cook those. So that's going. And Joe picked, I would have to say, did you say 2 buckets of green beans? It was a lot of green beans. Yeah. So he picked those. So we're going to have a lot of green bean recipes. We're not going to can this year. We're still going through a lot of stuff that was canned before, what we're going to eat, what we didn't eat in time and get rid of. So we're going to stay away from canning this year. I think we'll go back to canning next year. So, okay, on the house front, boy. So the real estate agent came and she did quote us a price that we'd be happy with. And so we just have a couple things we're still going to do to fix the place up. And one of them is just paint the side of the garage and that little pergola that we had built. And we're going to have the beds painted, kind of a dark gray. So everything's kind of the same color. Not kind of, it is the same color. And that's about a little touch up on my cupboards, lime green cupboards. But I think that's it. That's all we have to do. And then, so we'll be putting it up for sale in a couple of weeks. But we may request that we don't move until spring. I don't know yet. We're just playing this day to day, Speaking of which, today is September 9th, I think. Is it September 9th, honey? Yeah, I think it is September 9th, something like that. And it's a Sunday, and it's really chilly out. Here comes winter. I'm telling you guys. Trust my gut. Trust my gut. Okay, so I want to talk to you about C60. I feel like, and I'm going to just pick this up as I talk to you. I feel like I've just entered into some whole new level of health, and I'm going to show you something. As you guys know, back in the 70s, I was in a car accident, and 8 of my teeth went through this part of my chin, and so look at it's like starting to disappear. I literally have been peeling skin for the last 2 days. Like I'm just rubbing it, and all this dead skin or whatever it is. What did you call it, honey? What is it?
Keloid.
Keloid. It's not skin, it's keloid. So I've been rubbing it, and it's just coming off in layers, and you see less and less of a scar. But my whole body's doing it. It's so crazy. So I had to get in the shower. It just felt like the first 10 layers of my skin were coming off, and then I had to keep creaming myself when I got out because I was all ashy. And wow, so that's just really going along with the extra energy I've had lately. Here, maybe I put this down here. Just the vitality. I don't know. It's just been. I just feel great. I mean, the way that I've been cleaning, like from morning till night, I can't. I just can't believe that I did it. I took a lot of heat from Bob's competition. I mean, I just really got beat up, and they were probably responsible. I mean, they weren't probably, they were responsible for my channel being taken down. Um, but I don't care. You know, if my channel is taken down again because of the claims that I've made about the C60, too bad, because it's just too important to not talk about. It's so much of what was wrong with me is gone, if not just about everything. I mean, up until about a month ago, I would still get some pain in my legs. I'm not even getting that anymore. So, and I've been like standing on my feet for hours cleaning, you know, not only my house, but you know, my garden. So, you know, here we are. I mean, we're still improving and feeling better, and the older I get, the better I feel. Hello. That works for me. What about you, BB? He doesn't care. All he does is lay around. Okay, so let's go look and see what we did in the garden. All right. God, we even cleaned the garage. We cleaned everything. It was ridiculous. There's our hot tub, which I'm getting into after I do this video. So, listen, here's these crazy beans. I didn't even know those were the beans. I looked, I went, what are those red things hanging from? They're the beans. Aren't those nuts? Yeah. So, pretty cool, man. All right. And the garden still looks great. The squash pole. And look at this Italian squash. Just keeps putting out more. Boy, is that delicious. And I've got more coming. That's doing well. And I've got squash growing in back, too. But you can see, you know, a lot of things like that squash is gone. And, you know, it's becoming it's fall time. It's fall. But it's still beautiful. Yeah. Okay, let's go out in front and see what's going on out there. Still getting lots and lots of tomatoes. It was worth the battle. These are like lime cucumbers. So I just got done fertilizing everything, but I forgot to do these on the side, so yeah. All right, here's the front. So you can see we just cleaned everything up. There's my hibiscus flowers. Let's see if we can get over there so you can see them. See? Aren't they beautiful? And this is one of my clematises, and this one is the one that blooms in the fall. So I have one that blooms in the spring, one in the summer, and one in the fall. They were all given to me, so it wasn't planned. My hibiscus, so you can see my giant phlox. Just looks beautiful. So the daisies have they've had their moment. You can see we cleaned everything up. Looks really nice. Some things we were really successful with at the curb, and some not. It was a big experiment this year. Also trimmed the cherry tree. You can see, cleaned all this up. I have more lavender we can trim. Honeysuckle still growing. It still looks really pretty. So you can see, you know, some of this worked and some of it didn't. So we got in here and cleaned it up. And I'm not going to worry about it now if I'm going to move. But the good thing is that Teresa will be available to the next people taking this over, and they can just build on what we started. I found that pot on the side of the road. It's looking pretty, isn't it? You can see we cleaned up the chamomile. We cut that back. Oh, there's our water barrel. I want to show you that. That is really cool. We've got our morning glories climbing up. There's that crazy bird. People must think we're nuts with that bird. Never stops screaming. Okay. So now we have a water barrel here, but we'll be taking it with us. It's huge. Isn't it neat? I got a plant sitting on top. So we were going to put one on the other side along the wisteria, but now we're not. We'll just take this one with us. Pretty good, huh? And there's my phlox that come back year after year in that pot. Those are my little pink phlox, and then again the giant phlox. So yeah, turn this around. So lots of activity, you guys. Poor Mac. Mac is in prison. Look at Mac. Where are you, Mac? There he is. Poor macaroni. Okay, so just wanted to share all of that with you. Okay, so Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours. May your garden always grow. You know I'm sending you a ton of love. And don't forget to buy cryptos, you guys. C60 and cryptos. Oh, I'm selling C60 now, too. Yeah, so if you want some, let me know. All right, then. See you later.